Well, day 2 is done and gone, and we're into day 3. And this was the view this morning. And this is Rue's thankful to be touching grass in the morning. Look. This is our view. Beautiful, isn't it? And I'm the only one here. I think I got the whole campground to myself in this loop anyway. She loves the sun on her belly. Does that sun on your belly feel good? Being able to stretch out without being a mama's way. This was my campsite. Didn't use anything but the parking area. It's very nice, very quiet. No one else on this loop. And this is the Black Mesa State Park near Kenton, Oklahoma, in the very northwest corner of Oklahoma. Had a little bit of trouble finding it last night. I don't know, Google had me all over the place, and I ended up backtracking about 30 minutes to find it, and then I pulled into the state park road and went down into the campground, and then realized that this Lakeview loop was on a different road, a different section. So luckily I ran into the camp host, and she told me exactly where the spot was. And I came down here and I saw one van pulling out late. It was dark. I mean, I got here like 20 minutes before darkness fell. The sun was going down, as you can see in my earlier video. But got here just enough time to put the screens on the windows. There were some mosquitoes I had to kill inside the van, and just quickly put screens up, put my shades up, and jumped in the back, made some dinner, and went to sleep because it was after 9 o'clock, 9:30 by the time I got here and got settled in. No cell service for Verizon here, I will say that. So I wasn't able to check in with my people to let them know I made it. But oh, there's my little alien friend that rides with me. But I need to go find the shower house and get a shower. I need one badly. Lake Carl Etling. There is a boat ramp that goes down to the lake. That there's a neat sight if you were going to tent camp. Camp back under those trees. Shaded picnic table. I should have got that one. I could have pulled in there. It would have been flatter. It's pretty cool. This was my site. Nice shady tree. Rue loved laying in the grass, and I just pulled right there and probably had the best view waking up. When I opened my back door this morning and saw that, I was like, wow, very pretty. Still fun to come down with a trailer or boat. That's the entrance, and they do supposedly close the gates at 10 o'clock. Alright, we're gonna get a shower. Dark Sky Park, that's what they call it. There's a primitive area out that road I showed past the Lakeview Loop that I camped in that has the dark sky campsites for stargazing, which is quite cool. Yes, we got a shower, much needed shower. It was a little warm last night. I think I didn't crack my windows enough. Thought, you know, there would be more of a lake breeze. And because of all the bear signs, I didn't want to, like, you know, leave the windows down too far where a bear paw could get in there. A little paranoid about running into a bear on this trip. So, about 2:30 in the morning, Motley woke me up, kind of huffing and puffing. And I got her some water and turned the van on, ran the air for a little bit, the AC, and put the windows down a little bit more, and cut the van off and went back to sleep. And she seemed fine after she got some water and cooled down a little bit. I don't know what the temperature was because I have no cell service and I couldn't check the temperature, and I have a little thermometer that hangs in here somewhere, but I don't know where it was, and I wasn't looking at it at 2:30 in the morning. So anyway, shower was great. One of those push button typical camping showers, campground showers. And I just left Rue in the car with the air running. There's like no one here. Only car parked over here by the bathrooms. I think when I drove through the RV part, I didn't drive through the whole thing, just a little bit of it last night. The camp host has a nice RV, but there are some tent sites on this side. I didn't really drive back in there much to see, but I don't know, it doesn't look like, I mean, it's 86 according to my van right now, so it probably got into the high 60s last night. I mean, I was covered up, so it had to be cool enough because I don't use blankets often, usually, especially in the van if it's, you know, warm. But I had my fuzzy blanket on me overnight, so it probably got down fairly low. I'll have to check the temps when I can get service and see what the low was. But anyway, we're headed out of here, and I got to get out the cell service to let my people know I'm alive. This is Boise City, Oklahoma. I guess that's the courthouse. Oh, I love little towns that have the courthouse in the middle of a roundabout. They are so cool. We drive around again. Cimarron County Courthouse. Isn't that cool? On a roundabout. Definitely an old historic building. There's the route. Okay, and we are going this way, I believe. While they're coming home, by the time you get here, I'll be long gone. There's somebody new, and sure ain't no rodeo man. But I wanna go to heaven, I don't wanna go tonight. Still drink in my hand, prop me up beside the jukebox if I die. Windmills and cows. Landscape of the Midwest. Roo, are you back there? Oh, she's all buried down in the pillows. She's riding in style. Oh my goodness, a bug just hit my windshield and I just cleaned it. Really? Come on, bugs. If you had the guts, you'd do it again. But yeah. Alright, we are moving along on day 3. Are we at day 3? I believe we're on day 3. So, I am somewhere between Guymon, Oklahoma, and I don't know if I got to Beaver. I'm so assigned for Beaver, Oklahoma, but I don't know if I passed that or not because these little towns are hardly towns at all that you don't even notice that there's an actual town. Like it's, you know, a couple buildings and that's it. Anyway, left Guymon, filled up with gas, and got through some Sonic ice water. And I'll tell you what, if you have a dog and you're traveling, they love Sonic ice water. The ice at Sonic, never had Sonic before. The ice is like little round pellet ice. Dogs love it. Even if you just get a cup of ice, they'll just... My dogs love crunching ice, but they absolutely love Sonic ice. So, stopped and got me a sweet tea because I needed something to wake me up. My 1 cup of hot tea this morning wasn't cutting it. But, anyway, the campground, I really like that campground. Boy, it would be nice if you had a boat. It'd be a place. It looked like a small lake, I'm guessing. I'd have to look at it on a map. Maybe I can insert a clip of a map here to see if the lake was bigger than what I could see from the views of the video there I took. Because it didn't look all that big, and the campsite that I had, you know, was right on the lake. And we are in Elmwood, Oklahoma. See, these places are just like crossroads. It's where there's a junction and like 2 state routes, and usually a couple old gas stations that don't look like they've been operating in years. So there, the sign said I was 70 miles from Woodward. This route that I'm on is Oklahoma 412. Runs east and west, parallel basically to I-40, but it runs the northern portion of Oklahoma. And I love this kind of road. I mean, you know, look at it. 2-lane. You got your pull-outs here to pass if you need to pass somebody. 70 miles an hour. Every 20 miles or so, you might go through one of these little towns. It slows down to like 55 for 2 seconds. And then you're back running 70 again. And good road. Windy, very windy out here. But pretty countryside, just rolling hills, cow pastures. I drive this actually. I realized once I got on it this morning from the campground that this was the route that Paige and I took last fall in October. So, I don't know, probably about 30 miles past Diamond, we pulled off at one of those roadside rest area picnic table things on the side of the road. Nice little one with a shady tree I was able to pull under. Got Motley Brew out and walked, and she used the bathroom, she had to go. Stretched my legs a little bit. To stop at, let's see, okay, so I'm like 60 miles from my next stop, so a little less than an hour, and it was a stop that I had planned in the route for one of my mid-drive breaks. This time changing kind of messes me up because it's only like 12:30, 1 o'clock back in Arizona. So my brain is still on Arizona time, but it's 3 o'clock here. So about time that I'd be eating lunch, so I had a little bite to eat this morning. But probably will stop and fix a sandwich at that little park that I plan on stopping at. I think it's called Crystal Beach Park or Crystal Beach Water Park. Not exactly sure what it is, but ChatGPT said it was a good place for me to stop and walk the dog and stretch my legs. So we'll see. If it ends up being like a, an actual water park or a pool or something, I will pass on by. Boy, this is pretty through here. Rolling hills of pasture land. Got my solar panel for my little power box, my Marlboro power box. Had it in the windshield all morning trying to get it charged up because I pretty much drained it last night running the fans off of it. But it's just about charged all the way. And I got, oh, you can't see them, I don't think. Well, maybe you can. Got my shoes over there in the windshield drying them because I forgot to get out my shower shoes when I took a shower this morning. And said, oh wow, it ain't gonna hurt these. They're just rubber and whatever spandex kind of knit things. So I Didn't feel like digging out my shower shoes. I don't remember where I put them. And I was trying to be quick and just pulled up to the bathhouse there at the campground and just left the car running because it was high 80s, low 90s. Just left the AC running with the car running. Nobody was around. Nobody was in that campground. I don't think there was hardly anybody camping there. Other than like the camp host, I really didn't see anyone, maybe because it's a Sunday night, you know. I mean, it was a Sunday night and today's Monday. Everybody probably left, you know, if they were camping, they probably left yesterday before I was getting in there. But, anyway, it was safe enough just to leave. My issue is, and I actually tried it because I have an extra actual key that opens my driver's door. It's weird how these Chrysler Town and Countries are. The only like outside lock is on the driver's door. Not like the old cars where you can unlock either, you know, front door, or even if you had a hatch where you can unlock the hatch. There's no lock on the hatch, no lock on the passenger door. There's one door lock on the driver's door. But I thought, well, if I could leave it running, if I could use that key to lock the doors, you know, then I wouldn't have to worry. Well, anybody taking off with Motley Rue and all my stuff. But, I tried to hit the lock and it wouldn't lock. You know, the lock button. Now, if somebody knows something better, and maybe I'll test it out later. But I thought about it after. I wonder if I put the key in the door and actually physically tried to lock it. If I could do that. I don't know. I never use the key because I have a key fob. But it doesn't have remote start, so it's got one of those funky square looking plastic keys that goes in the ignition. I've never seen anything like it before. All my other cars either had an actual key, like this is the key that opens the door. So every car I've ever owned in my life either had a key like this that went in the ignition, or it had push button remote start, you know, or you can remote start with your with your key fob. But this one has this funky looking key fob with this plastic squared thing on the end that goes in the ignition, and that key is only good to open the driver's door. Makes sense? Anybody has a Chrysler Town and Country, I guess you know this. I don't know, maybe all Chryslers are like that. This is the first Chrysler I've owned. I did have a Dodge Lemon Caravan years ago. I never said I'd never buy another Dodge brand, and then here I end up with a Chrysler. And with all the trouble I've had, I probably should have listened to my intuition to never buy another Mopar again, but it was a deal. Uh-oh, what happened? Losing windows on me. Anyway, I may try that later and see if it works. I figured, you know, roll the window down in case. I don't want to lock myself out, but I cannot lock the doors from the inside while the car is running. And I mean, that's a good thing, you know, it's a safety feature. And I'm wondering if I can actually lock it with the key from the outside while the car is running, or if it'll set off all kind of alarms or something. I don't know. I'll have to try it later. Because it's an issue when you're traveling in the summer You know, it's 93 now. If I had to stop and run in somewhere, I can't leave her in the vehicle, you know. If I can't leave it running for 5 minutes or whatever to run in somewhere, you know, to leave the air running and not be able to lock it, I don't feel safe doing that either, because it only takes a couple seconds for somebody to jump in and take off. Steal your vehicle. So I either have to find places that I can take her in with me, or I don't stop anywhere or go in anywhere. That is the one plus of traveling with your potty chair. Portable toilet. It's not a potty chair. Portable toilet. You know, if I have to stop and get gas or something, instead of going inside, I can just crawl in the back and use the potty. It is a handy thing to have. Anyway, I'm rambling. What was I rambling about before I really start rambling? The state park, Black Mesa State Park, near Kenton, Oklahoma. Boy, pretty area. The lake has the dark sky park, you know, designated dark sky park, where it has the primitive camping out away from, you know, anyone else. And I think they even have like cement pads to set your telescope up on. When I read about it. We're stopped now. Where's that room? Where's that room? What is that? What is she doing back there? Motley Roo, what are you into? Huh? What are you doing, ma'am? Ma'am? What did you find? Huh? What is that Roo dog doing? Roo dog. You found something back here to get into, didn't you? What are you eating? Huh? What did you find? Is it your bone? Did your bone get buried in the blanket somewhere? Huh? What are you doing back here, girl? Stop here with you. It is. Oh, Roo. You want to stop and slap out again? Huh? Here, you remember this place? Let's see if you sniff. Let's do the sniff test. Let's do the sniff test. We stopped here in the fall. And we walked around under this tree. Cowages. Cowages was with us. Hold on, baby. Does it smell like something you remember? So, oh, honey. Hold on, baby. Got your leash. Last fall, when we made our trip to West Virginia, and we took this route, she's going again. She's been drinking a lot of water. But anyway, we had Courage's with us. Motley Roo and Courage. What is that? Leave it alone. Come on. No. Leave it go. And we stopped at this little gas station in Slapout, Oklahoma. I just thought that was a funny name. And stopped to use, I think, for Paige, to use the restroom. And let the dogs out and walked around over here to let him go potty, and I'm wondering how long do scents last? It was, what, 9 months ago? Was it? Oh. Get out of there. Don't you start that rolling around and stuff. Something dead there. That's all I need is the dead smell on her. But, yeah, Courage probably peed on that tree. So, anyway, if you go back and watch my videos of driving to West Virginia, would you quit trying to eat the dead stuff? Go back and watch. Maybe you smell an old roo smell there. Like she's marking her territory, huh? I bet you do. I bet those smells stay a long time. You've been here before and you know it, huh? Yep. I can tell. But, anyway, it was... Oh, I'll have to put a thumbnail of the video I'm talking about from the fall when we stopped. And it's windy now, but it was really windy that day when we came through in the fall. Come on, babe. You don't need to eat anything. Come on, let's keep moving. It's hot out here. I mean, it was like super, super windy that day. We felt like we were getting blown away. And, anyway, this is Slap Out, Oklahoma. I think the only thing here is that gas station. It doesn't even look like it's open. I don't know if it is now or not. Might be, just nobody stops here. And this cattle farm thing, whatever, looks like they're, what are they doing? Moving cattle from one truck to the other or something? I don't know what it is, but it's awful noisy, and I see what appears to be cows in there, I think. Unless that's people. Maybe they're cleaning them out, I don't know. I've never seen that done before, so I don't know what's going on, but anyway. Are you done? Are you ready to go? Oh. Get something in my shoe. Look at the bug guts. The buggy guts on my van. Come here. Ain't that nice? Oh my goodness. It was clean when I left. It ain't now. Alright, baby, come on, let's move along. We gotta get going. We just had to stop and Slap Out, Oklahoma for old time's sake. Jump up. Jump up. Come on. Up, up. Get up there. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Oh, no. Roo. Let me have your leash. Let me have the leash. Oh gosh. Those sound like pigs, not cow. Maybe they are pigs. Okay, Muttley Roo. Say bye-bye. See you later. Turn the air on, Mom. I'm hot now. I'm gonna get you some of that Sonic ice. See you in a bit. This is Crystal Beach Water Park. Had it on the map to stop at, but it is 96 degrees and pretty warm, and unless we were going into the water, it wouldn't be too much fun. Some shade, not too bad, but main thing, it has a public restroom. And we needed to take that break. Nice little area to walk your dogs if you're ever going through Woodward, Oklahoma. And it had this little hand pump water. I don't know if you could see them. There was one by the bathroom that didn't work, and then there was one over here somewhere. Where is it? I don't know if you can see it there, but anyway, I was able to fill my water jug for the dog's water. I guess she did tip her bowl over, didn't you, ma'am? And I ran out of my other gallon water I had. Ran out of it this morning, so I needed to fill up the water jug. So, got our water jug filled. We took a potty break, filled our water jug, and now we're moving along. Splash pad, picnic tables, little picnic shelters. Lots of trees and shade. Public restroom. I think it does close, so I don't think like you couldn't park here and overnight. I doubt, because I don't know, it closes at 7 o'clock or something. But now look over here, they got fountains going. Oh, little rail. Oh, it's got a little railroad. Look at that. A little railroad that runs through. Must be a kitty. A little kitty railroad. Oh, that's cute. Huh. A nice little park. Over here is what's that? Miniature golf, maybe? Is that miniature golf, or is that a? Yeah. Oh yeah. That's a miniature golf course. That's quite nice. Nice miniature golf course. I don't know what this area fenced off over here is for. Was that an actual golf course? Huh. That may be part of a actual golf course, or maybe like a 9-hole course. But here we go. There's the rest of it. Little train station and little train tracks that run around on the right there. And then they got the water park, splash pad kind of thing. And looks like there's a stadium over here. Let's see if we can drive down this way and just look. Let's see. Rodeo Arena, Crystal Beach Water Park, County Event Center, and I can't read the other one. So, oh, it's a rodeo. Well, we are in Oklahoma. Fuller Park. So that over there that had the stadium is the rodeo center. And here's the rest of the park with the little, it's got water slides and all in there. Let's see. See back in. See. Water slides and splash pad and all that fun stuff for kids. I bet it's a popular summer spot, even though it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of people here. It's not like real crowded, but it is almost 5 o'clock Oklahoma time. And what is that? Fuller Ballpark. So that must be like a baseball stadium. Huh. Pretty nice. There we go. There's actually a pool. Okay, well that makes sense. There is a full, big, giant pool along with the water slide. Yeah, I guess you couldn't water slide onto a splash pad, could you? Duh. Oh my goodness, I kill myself sometime. Here's a playground. Hey, playground. Huh. Very nice, very nice. So yeah, over here it looks like there's must be a little pond with a fountain in the middle. There we go. Hey, little pond, little bridge that goes over the pond. Pond with a fountain. I bet there's probably ducks and geese and that kind of thing there. And place to be would be in the pool, that's for sure, because it's hot. 96 degrees here in Woodward, Oklahoma. Now, I gotta figure out how to get out of here. Let's see. There's even more. It must be like a big event center over there. I don't know what road that is. But, let's see. What road are we on here? Lakeview Drive. I don't know if I want Lakeview Drive, but I don't know. We might just take a drive on Lakeview Drive. Let's see what we see. Looks like a pretty area. Oh, there's the pond. Oh, it's nice. It's pretty. Here is another side. Park. More kitty stuff. Shaded picnic tables. And here's even a better view of the little pond. Look at that. Signal off, thank you. How nice that is. Quite nice. Okay. So, well, I'm glad I stopped. Needed to stop because I needed a bathroom break, but that was a nice little visit. It's a good place to stop, I was going to have lunch, but I'm not hungry now, so I think I'll keep going. So, we're moving on, headed to Pawnee, Oklahoma. See you later.